Hello everyone. It's my great pleasure to see you all again. I am Dr. A.P. Angeline Mary, Assistant Professor, Sacred College, Tirupattur. In this video, we are going to see about analysis of food products. Under this topic, we are going to see introduction, nutritional value of foods, food processing and preservation, methods of food preservation. Food product analysis. Food product analysis involves a range of techniques and procedures used to determine the properties and composition of food items. This analysis is crucial for ensuring food safety, quality, and compliance with regulations. So, food product analysis, we are going to analyze to determine the properties and composition of food items. This food product analysis involves main characters. The first one is chemical composition. The second one is microbial content. Third one is physical properties, sensory properties, regulatory compliance. Under the chemical composition, we are going to analyze that checking nutrients and harmful substance present in the food. Microbial content, we can study the ensuring so harmful microorganisms are present in the food. Under the physical properties, we are going to learn or we are going to determine the examining texture, color, and appearance in the food. In the sensory properties case, we are going to evaluate the taste and smell of the food. A regulatory compliance, the meeting of safety and labeling standard. So we have to maintain the stable quality of food. We have to analyze the regulatory compliance. The next one is nutritional value of food. We already know that the nutrition values. Each food contains different nutrition values. Here there is one small picture we are given to understand what are the nutritional present in the food. Suppose, for example, if you are taking olive oils like that, the healthy fat is 10%, and meat, fish, egg, nuts, seeds, under this we can get it 15%. Then milk, yogurt, cheese, and alternative for this we can get in the 15% of nutrition. Same way here they are given vegetables, fruits, carbohydrate. So we are given. So under this, mineral water contains 50% of nutrients. So nutritional values of food refer to the amounts of essential nutrients they contain. There are some key components. There are some key components they're given. So calories, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals, fiber, water. So calories. What is calories? It is measure of energy provided by the food. If you are taking rice, how much of calories should be consumed per day? So measure the energy provided by the food, that is called it as calories. We can study or we can earn the proteins, that is to study about the essential for building and repairing tissues. Essential for building and repairing tissues. The third case, that is carbohydrates, main source of energy. This carbohydrate produce main sources of energy, including sugars, starch, fibers. Starch and fibers. Fats, it is necessary for energy. It's very essential for the bodybuilding. At the same time, this fat should be necessary for energy, cell function, absorption of vitamins. Then vitamins, the role of vitamin is organic compounds are crucial for various bodily functions. Like example, vitamin C, D. Vitamin C and D is the main vitamins to function the bodies. The role of mineral is inorganic elements like calcium, iron, and potassium that support body process. The next one is the role of fiber is it aids in the digestion, and helps maintain a healthy weight. Then water, it is a main and vital role for all body functions. So water is the main vital role for the body functions. So these are the nutritional foods and the some of the nutrition only I given here. So these are the nutritional values of foods for the essential nutritions we need to build the body. The next one is food processing. So food processing is nothing but the raw ingredients into consumable products, that is called it as food processing. So these are this picture indicates that the small canning process of food. So what is food processing? It is involves transforming raw ingredients into consumable food products. This may include cleaning and sorting, cutting and chopping, cooking and baking, packaging. So these are the four main steps to process the food. The first step is cleaning and sorting. So removing impurities and sorting by size or quality, we can shortlize the foods. The second step, then we have to cut and chop the material that to prepare ingredients for cooking and for otherwise it can be packed. The third step is cooking and baking. It should be applying heat to make food safe and plateable. The last and final step is packaging. It is the work of packaging is ensure that the food is safely contained for storage and transport. So these are the main four steps to process the food. The next one is food preservation. So how we have to preserve the food without any harmful bacteria affects the food. So the main aim to prevent spoilage and extend shelf life. So some of the common methods of food preservation given here. So the first one is refrigeration and freezing. The second one is canning. Third one is drying. The fourth one is fermentation. The fifth one is chemical preservatives. Now we are going to see the what is the role of each preservative or preventive methods. First preventive method is refrigeration and freezing. So under this role, we have to slow down microbial growth and enzyme activity when we are keeping refrigeration or in the freezing case, the food should be safe. So for this, we are undergo the slowdowns microbial growth and enzyme activity. The second step is canning. Seals, seals food in airtight containers and heats to destroy microorganisms. The third step is drying. So in the drying process, we can remove the moistures to inhibit the microbial growth. If the food contains moisture, it is easy to grow the microbial microorganisms. So to avoid that, we have to undergo the drying process. The next term is fermentation. It is uses beneficial bacteria to preserve and enhance flavors. So to enhance the flavors, we are undergoing the fermentation step. And the final step is chemical preservatives. We can add substance to prevent spoilage and extend of shelf life. So we have to avoid the spoilage of food. We can add the chemicals to preserve the food. So these are the main categories to preserve the food items. Then what are the food preservation methods? So food preservation helps extend the shelf life of food and maintain its quality. Again, I'm repeating, food preservation helps to extend the shelf life of food and maintain its quality. You have to maintain the food life as well as the quality of food. Here are some common methods they are given. The first one is drying, refrigeration and freezing, canning, pickling, fermentation, salting, smoking, vacuum sealing. So under drying process, we are going to remove the moistures to prevent microbial growth. If you remove the moistures, we can prevent the growth of microbial inhibitions. The second one is refrigeration and freezing. This process slows down the microbial activity and enzyme reactions. Canning process deals about the seals the food in airtight containers and eats to destroy microorganisms. During the pickling process, we can use the vinegar or brine to create an acidic environment that inhibits bacteria. If you are adding vinegar, can inhibit the growth of bacteria. For that purpose, we are undergo the pickling process. The next one is fermentation. So under this process, it's the beneficial bacteria to preserve food and enhance the flavor. So we have to maintain the food flavors. We are undergoing the fermentation process. The next one is salting process. During this process, it draws out moisture and creates an environment unsustainable for microbial growth. During smoking process, it smoked to add flavor and preserve food. So we have to maintain the flavor as well as the smell of the food. We are undergoing the smoking process. The last process is a vacuum sealing. It removes air to prevent oxidation and spoilage. We have to close the food and we have to tan the food material. So these are the main basic things to preserve the foods. In this case, the first one is adulteration. So what is adulteration? It is a practice of adding substance to food or other products to increase quantity or improve appearance, often at the expenses of quality and safety. We have to maintain the quality and safety. We have to preserve the food by adding substance to the food or other products to increase the quantity. That is called it as adulteration. These added substance known as adulterants. This added substance known as adulterants. It can be harmful and reduce the nutritional value of the food. So during adulteration, we can exposure to the quality and safety of the food, but at the same time, we may lose the nutritional of the food while during the adulteration process. So adulteration can be intentional, such as adding water to milk to increase its volume, or unintentionally due to contamination during processing or storage. Okay. The common adulterants include chemicals for ripening fruits, dyes to enhance color, and fillers like sand or stones in grinds. Okay, some example they given by adding water to the milk to increase the volume of milk, they are adulterate, or unintentionally due to contamination during process, they can process or storage, they can add the water. Some common adulterants they given, ripening of fruits, banana, apple, mango, like that. The ripening of fruits, they are using adulterants due to, dyes to enhance colors, to exhibit the colors, to attract the people, to attract the consumer. They can undergo the dyes to enhance the color, and fillers like sand or stone in your grinds. In the grind cases, they can add sand or stones in the grinds. Okay. So we will stop it here. Just I recap once again what we have seen today. Just we have seen only two topics. One is food product analysis. We are going to analyze the techniques to determine the properties and composition of food. So what are the composition should be present in the food? Upon that, we have to calculate the nutrition food analysis. For example, chemical, microbial, physical, sensory, regulatory components we have to identify. Then what are the nutritional present in the food? We have to analyze. What are the main sources like calories, proteins, carbohydrates, fat, vitamins. We have to study each type of foods contains different type of nutrition. Then we have seen food processing. That food processing nothing but the raw ingredients should be into a consumable food products. So various types we have seen how we have to preserve the food. Then food preservation, we have to preserve the food without spoiling is called food preservation. So the common method, refrigeration, canning, drying, fermentation, chemical preservatives. Then the first step of food preservation is there are many types of that to preserve the foods. drying, refrigeration, canning, pickling, fermentation, salting, smoking, vacuum sealing. Under the food preservation method, the first method is adulteration method. So adulteration we have seen. So to enhance the color and the to enhance the color, to give the adding by substance to call it as the adulterant. So for example, we are ripening fruits, enhance the colors, then fillers like sands and stones in the grinds. Okay, thank you all. We will meet in the next session. Thank you all.